Dark money. Sounds like the title of a mafia film, a Grisham novel, or maybe an email scam selling Bitcoin. But what does it mean in the Washington State Legislature? Hi, I'm Senator Joe Fain. I'll explain what we mean by dark money, why it can create transparency problems, and a way to bring it into the light in 57 seconds. Whether you like it or not, political campaigns cost money. But prior to 1972, you could essentially buy advertising to elect your favorite candidate with a briefcase full of unmarked bills from a bank heist. Fortunately, our laws are different today, thanks in part to a landmark initiative that requires the source of campaign funds and what they're spent on to be generally disclosed and regulated by the state's Public Disclosure Commission. The disclosure requirements fall on all individuals or entities that engage in independent expenditures or electioneering communication. But there's a pretty big glitch in the system. While political committees are required to disclose their donors, there is a loophole that allows donors to funnel their money through nonprofit organizations that are not required to disclose. These nonprofits, many of which are out of state, then make donations to campaigns. But the only donor information the voter can see is on the identity of the nonprofit and not the original source of funds, which leaves the public in the dark. This year, Senator Andy Billig of Spokane and I have sponsored legislation known as the Washington Disclose Act that would bring this dark money into the light by requiring nonprofit organizations who engage in electioneering or independent expenditures to publicly disclose top donors who contribute significant amounts of money. This legislation is somewhat controversial, as many nonprofits are concerned that all their donors would then be suddenly public. But the true purpose of the legislation is to encourage all organizations that engage in campaign spending to merely create a separate and transparent political action committee and ask their interested members to contribute directly to the PAC instead of through the nonprofit's general fund, where their identities have historically been hidden. While this would not curtail any individual or organization's efforts to be involved in elections, or a charity or nonprofit's ability to maintain the confidentiality of its donors, it does close a major disclosure loophole that has inappropriately shielded important information from voters during elections. If you like this video, share it around, then let me know what we should cover next. I'm Senator Joe Fain. Thanks for watching.